Hello everyone, welcome to GoTarryn TV. I'm Taryn, the traveling trainer with GoTarryn Personal Training here in the greater Atlanta area, about to welcome not one but two amazing ladies that are going to be guests here on GoTarryn TV simultaneously via GoTarryn TV in just a few moments. Before I get to them, I'd like to ask everyone out there to please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and while you're listening to today's podcast interview, if you could please be so kind as to like this video, leave us a comment, and share it with all of your friends and family out there. Now I'll introduce the two ladies that are coming on here from the order that they're going to be appearing. For the first 10 minutes, we're going to be talking to Ms. Alana Sanders of Get Pulsed. You've seen her here before. She's been a guest presenter for me at Georgia State University. And also, we're going to be then having Jessi Lee of Dynasty Dance LLC. She's going to be coming on, and she's also been a guest speaker for me at Georgia State University. So these two ladies, you've seen them both here on GoTarryn TV before. They're two of my favorite. They have so much in common with yours truly as well, and this will be the first time that they actually meet face-to-face virtually through here on GoTarryn TV, so I'm so excited to get them on here, and we're going to be talking about some of the top trends in the health and fitness industry here in 2019, and it's an appropriate time to do so. That list was compiled by the ACSM. We're going to get through most of the list. I think we're going to nail about at least 8 of them, the top 10 that are out there, and we're going to have a great time here doing some brainstorming and mind mapping and talking it out about the top trends here in 2019 via the ACSM. So when we come back again, we'll have Ms. Alana Sanders, and then we'll have Ms. Jessi Lee right here on GoTarryn TV. And remember, with GoTarryn Personal Training, it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everyone. And as you can see on the line, first we have Alana Sanders joining us once again. Alana, how are you doing out there today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Yes, very good. Thank you. And thanks so much for joining us. Again, appreciate your time. You're always such a pleasure, and it's wonderful to chat with you here as always. First, I guess before we get going on today's topic, well, I'll get to that in a second. How is your 2019? How's your spring treating you so far, Alana?
2019 is awesome. Spring is great. One of the great things about this year, I was actually asked on the board for a new fitness convention that's going to be in New Orleans.
Oh, nice.
So New Orleans has never, ever had anything related to fitness or brought to that area, and it's in the top 5 of obesity.
Oh, wow.
And so to bring something, and Louisiana's in the top 10. So to bring something of fitness of that caliber and to also assist with the government's initiative of trying to bring down the rate of obesity, to eat properly. And everybody knows when you go to New Orleans, what's the first thing you want to do? You want to eat the good food and you want to party. So there's nothing that talks about fitness that people are thinking about when they go to New Orleans. So with us bringing that convention there and me assisting with the team and being on the board, it's going to allow those in that area to see how serious health and wellness is.
Oh, wow. That's tremendous. Yeah, that's good for you. I would love New Orleans. And that's terrific that you've got that going on. So as always, it sounds like you're very busy and keeping a pretty loaded schedule then.
Yes.
Good. Excellent. Are you having enough time for yourself too, Alana?
I am. You have to do that. I mean, if you don't do that, then I would not be beneficial to anybody else. So I try to make some time for myself. That's why I'm going to take off next week with my daughter, who's going to be on spring break, and we're going to try to do some things. So you got to have all work and no play doesn't make a happy person. So you have to find a happy medium, because we're always doing things to make other people feel better and to look better and to do better. But we have to make sure that we're setting the example as well.
Yeah, very well said, Alana. And last time we were on here, we had talked in the new year, and you'd helped me dispel some popular myths among people, why people don't work out and why they're not motivated to exercise. That was an excellent topic. And today I brought you back because I wanted to see if you might be able to help us out and talk about another list that we've got. Comprised ACSM recently released this for 2019, the 10 popular trends to look out for us in the health and fitness industry. And obviously you and I and the other fitness professionals, we want to stay current and on top of what are the trends, because you and I tend to gravitate towards that, so we can speak on it. But I guess the first one to just pick off the list here, wearable technology, and of course they're talking about things like Fitbit and other kinds of things. But are you a consumer of wearable technology, Alana? Like, how does that speak to you?
You know what? I used to, but now your phones come equipped with the technology. Especially if you have an Android type phone. I'm pretty sure Apple has it as well. But now they already come equipped with the health apps on it. So it tells you how many steps you've done a day and all that. So it's good to see what your activity is a day. And you're able to set, like if you want to do 10,000 steps a day, it will tell you need 2,000 more to reach your goal. So that's a great thing about it, to help to remind people to stay healthy and to keep moving. That's the whole purpose. It's great for those who actually work in a office setting, who's always sitting down to get up. That's when I teach corporate fitness. I have a lot of my students who always complain that they can't move about because they're sitting down, but they have these majority of them have these wearable technologies that reminds them to get up, drink water or whatever. So that's a great thing to help keep you healthy. So I'm all for the technology.
Yeah, I much agree because, everything now is the modern technology of everything. We are in the technological advanced age as much as we ever have
right.
been. So, yeah, I mean, you're right. They're all jumping on top of that. And I agree with you, with the smartphones and with all the ways that we can take advantage of it. It's all the more reason for us to have our clients and everybody that's participating with us get healthier. So that's a win-win, it sounds like, across the board.
Right.
All right, how about number 2, Alana? Now, this is one of them that I know that's going to really speak to you. Group training, of course, something that you do a lot of in many different variables. So group training's on the list, 10 popular trends. Do you agree with pretty much that in the future of this year?
There's so many group training formats that are coming up probably every month. That's a huge thing because group fitness is one of the biggest things, especially in the fitness industry, because you have so many people that can motivate each other. And versus personal training, that one-on-one relationship with that trainer, when you have multiple people around you, it kind of motivates you a little bit more. So many formats are coming out. You have a lot of people that are becoming independent. I would thank Zumba for that because Zumba has really changed the game of fitness. Yes. Because they started the group fitness thing. I mean, there's always been more that were out there, but because they were so prevalent that they actually started this to actually make a lot of people want to do the exact same thing, the model of subscription based and all those different things. And we'll talk about that a little later. But group fitness has really become a big thing, especially at the fitness conventions. Everybody has a fitness format to where they want to introduce to somebody because group fitness is what keeps the gyms open. Zumba used to be number one that helped keeps the retention of gyms. Every group fitness class, it wasn't the equipment that was out in the weight area. It was the people that were going to group fitness classes that helped keeps those gyms or small boutiques open. You have some small boutiques who only have group fitness classes. They don't make their money off personal training anymore. They make money off having people doing group fitness. So I can see why it's on the list.
Yeah, and let's talk volume too, whereas in group fitness you can cater to, 3, 5, 10, 20, 30, 50 like you do, so many more people. So it definitely saves time and is very efficient for a lot of people. So I can see that being a big forerunner and continuously always being on this list. That's for sure. Very good, Alana. And then continuing on, this number 3, this certainly ties into group training. Number 3 on the list is speaking about things like Orange Theory, F45, CrossFit. So number 3 is HIIT with an extra I, so high intensity interval training. What's your thoughts on that in terms of being on the list and being in that top echelon of 10 popular trends we're speaking of?
Well, I can see that being on the list because you have people who want more. Going from having group fitness and you're doing just a cardio workout and you're losing the weight, but we're talking about what happens to the toning aspect. So adding HIIT in there allows those people who are doing the group fitness, because a lot of Orange Theory and all of them are adding all those. They're taking away from the personal training and bringing the personal training into a group setting.
Oh, yeah.
So it's allowing these and the HIIT, the interval things to be able to do that in a group fitness setting. And I can see people want more. Look at Strong by Zumba. What did Zumba do? Zumba went from there, and I'm talking about Zumba because it's a big company that everybody knows about. They went from the dance fitness, now they have the kickboxing and the HIIT training, which is strong by Zumba. So
Oh,
it has
yeah.
become a really, so if you got Zumba crossing over to the HIIT section, that lets you know it's very, very important and it's lucrative. So a lot of people want more. They want to see their bodies cut. They want to see different things happen to their body, and you can't get that with just cardio.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's really become amazingly trendy and popular. I keep, even as a personal trainer, having new clients come up to me and ask me, can you train me in HIIT exercises? And I have some clients that exclusively only want to work on things like Tabata and, just quick 20-second fast interval training and such. So it's good to, I think that all the different variations have their philosophy, like, oh yeah, this is the best, but at the same time, I recognize that some of these programs, get ripped in only 8 minutes a day. Sometimes I'm a little hesitant and worried on that because you and I both, we both agree that at the end of the day, it's hard work and it's just common sense. We want to still figure out how many calories we're burning in a day and all that kind of good sense with metabolic metabolism rate and basal metabolism, etc. But yeah, I mean, I think it's great. So, and in terms of
what do you
working
think
out,
about with HIIT, as we're talking about HIIT, when they're doing the timing, the cycles? Because I know Orange Theory is really big on, we do this movement for a certain amount of seconds and we're moving on to the next one. So you being a personal trainer, what do you think of those aspects of it?
I think it's great. I mean, I've got nothing against it. I think that my personal opinion, I don't think it's like better than traditional or conventional exercise that we have. But if it's a different format, I've always been of the philosophy that if I'm always working out a certain way, and then I have another trainer or a group instructor and say, hey, let me take you through my workout that's completely different than mine, or maybe has a little different spin on it, I guarantee I know I'm going to be sore and I'm going to have a tough time keeping up. And I think, again, I'm a big proponent and advocate of, hey, more variety, that's great, and just doing a different type of workout. I think that's excellent for people to do that.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think that's huge. Very good. And then continuing on number 4, fitness program for older adults, and they're talking about more specifically
active agers.
Yes, right,
Yeah.
exactly. Yes, that's exactly what it is that we're talking about. And that's, what's your thoughts on that? Because that one's certainly a very important key out there right now.
Actually, that's a huge growing market now.
Mm-hmm.
Catering to active agers. As you know, that I present at many of the conventions, and a lot of the sessions are now catered to learning how to teach to active agers. The time has changed. You have a lot of active agers that don't look like active agers, and it's because they are physically fit. They are into actually doing certain things to stay healthy and to stay active. So by actually going into that market, also with active agers, they can go into the gym. Go into the living assistant homes. They can do different things. So it's training those professionals to be able to get into that market, and that's a huge market, especially with I don't want to say elderly, but the living assistance homes are more the elderly communities to be able to bring that fitness format to those different communities. So
Very
it's
well
a really
said.
big area.
Oh, absolutely, Alana. And also, thank you so much for saying that. Jessi Lee, welcome. Your timing is impeccable. This is perfect.
Hey,
I wanted
everybody.
to. Hi, Jessi Lee, Alana, Jessi Lee.
Hey, Elena.
Hey.
And it's so wonderful, again, to have you. I'm so glad you ladies get to meet each other here. Jessi Lee, we were just talking about top popular trends right now in 2019 in fitness and health. And we were just in the middle of kind of discussing, I'm like you, Alana, I like to say active aging adults. I think that's a good way to say it. But, you both ladies have a lot in common in terms of not only are you both just wonderful, excellent marketing gurus. And oh, yeah, seriously, I mean, you're both the top of your game.
Aww.
And that's why I'm really happy to connect and link you here. But Jessi Lee, do you have experience, working with elderly or the older population? How do they fit in with, I guess, health and fitness in our world?
Well, they are long. I will say that a lot of them are being more educated on health and fitness. Not like my generation. We were born into it more because, like, I think I heard you talk about trend. So the trend is healthy, fit, Instagram model, looking good on social media. They're just getting healthy today. Home cooked meals back then. My grandmother and them, they used to make everything like fried, deep in oil and butter, and now they're realizing the effects of their body and how they're moving and the high blood pressure rate and diabetes. So and they all come to. So it's like all new to them, but they're excited. So they're finding what fits for them in the fitness world, whether it's yoga, dance fitness. I think that they are becoming more in tune with what's important with health and fitness.
Yeah, I mean, no question about it. That's important. And I can't agree enough because we keep seeing that. And especially now, we mentioned the baby boomers, exponentially, they're really,
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
oh,
certainly.
Yeah, definitely.
Very well said.
Yeah, they're starting to take over. Yep.
Oh, yeah, no question about it. And then
classes, they're
oh yeah, we're seeing them everywhere. You're right. Personal training classes, nutritional group counseling. How about number 5? So we made it halfway through the list now at this point. Body weight training. We'll go back to Alana for a second. So we're talking about any kind of functional body weight training exercises. What's your thoughts on that kind of practicality there, Alana?
Well, for me, and I've conversed with a lot of doctors, I always tell my clients to never look at the scale. And because everybody's bodies type is different, people can have larger muscle mass to where they will weigh more and look differently. You could put a person who is physically fit wearing 200 pounds versus a person who is not physically fit wearing 200 pounds, and it will look like a totally different person.
Yeah.
So I always tell them to not look at the scale. Let's make sure our vital signs are correct, and that your blood pressure, all that's correct, and you're getting the look that you want to achieve with your body through the exercise and workout. So I really don't focus on weight because a lot of your clients will get disappointed because they don't understand the body when it starts growing muscle that they will gain weight. So in their mind, they're thinking that they're gaining weight because they're not doing right, or this exercise or this training that we have them on is not effective. So they don't understand that until you explain it to them that muscle weighs more than fat. So you're going to gain weight in the process of growing muscle. So they don't get that. So I try not to focus on body versus focusing on the whole health aspect. Because that BMI chart, you have doctors that say, I don't pay attention to that because everybody's different. Their body makeup is completely different.
Different, right.
Totally, absolutely. And absolutely, very good, Alana. And how about the same question to you, Jessi Lee? In terms of, with your methodology of workouts, do you do a lot of body weight training exercises in terms of, workouts with clients and such?
Right now, I don't have any clients that I'm doing body weight with because I do teach mostly cardio dance fitness.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So everything we're doing is just your own, your own body and full body workout, not necessarily with weights or anything like that. But I do see that it is important. And like she said, with the muscle mass, I worked for Jenny Craig for 2 years, and their plan is set up a certain way, but of course everybody's lives are different. So if I eat out with my friends and the program says I'm supposed to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, and then I didn't lose that 1 to 2 pounds, and I'm thinking like, oh my God, I ate out with my friends that one lunch, and now I'm gaining weight, and I'm not perfect, and now I'm just gonna eat bad the rest of the week. And it's like a all or nothing attitude. And so those things like that, but even when working out, people think, oh, I missed this class or I haven't worked out all week, and then they'll turn all or nothing and just throw it all out the window for what they've been working hard on. So I mean, I think consistency and things like that need to happen with anything.
Yeah.
With all of that.
I would agree with that. Yeah, consistency, that's a big word. And then back to you, Alana. I know you want to talk about this one, number 6 on our list, where it says employing certified fitness professionals. That was pretty key to you, and I know that is because what do you have to say on that? That's a mouthful right there on that one.
Well, it's a must because in order for your brand to grow, if you are a fitness format, I have a fitness format and I have instructors that are under me and teach my program. So in order for your brand to grow, you have to have other people to take it on and to have it showcased because you cannot duplicate yourself all over the world. So you have to have people who you can teach your brand to. They can bring it to these various gyms or boutiques or countries, whatever, to make your brand grow. And also it helps keep your brand afloat because when you employ group fitness professionals and they're actually paying a licensing fee to utilize your program, then you could take those funds to put it back into the business to create something else. And give you an example, those fitness formats who have a dance component, they have a hit component, they have all different things. So you can grow it up to be able to have it grow within the business. So it's very important to have those employees or those subscribers, they may say, those instructors that subscribe to your program to maintain their licenses, because that's the only way a business is going to grow. You can't grow it by yourself, and you can't duplicate yourself to be in multiple locations. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, and the thing that both you and Alana and Jessi have in common when you ladies have come out to guest speak for me at Georgia State, both of you had mentioned the power of developing your niche and knowing who your target market is. So Jessi Lee, back to you. I guess can you kind of further elaborate on that, because that's something you spent a lot of time on telling our students as well at Georgia State.
Yeah, knowing your target group is very important, not just for the clients or the customers, because you want to make sure that you understand them, but you also want to make sure for yourself. So like right now I'm developing a brand when I teach women how to dance heels. And one thing I know that it's pretty cool. But once I learned, the reason why I got into it is because I was taking heels classes and I was really, really good at it. And the way it made me feel and the way that I just, I guess you could say, transformed, made me be like, man, I want to share this feeling with other women. And then I started researching. I started talking to people like, what makes you confident, and just developing that and kind of incorporating it to myself. And now I teach heels classes, but it worked for me and it was easy. It wasn't forced. So if it's something that comes natural to you and you feel like it's easy for you, then you know how to transfer that over to other people. Now, if I'm going to do yoga and I don't know nothing about no child's pose or whatever, I'm standing on my head and I'm trying to teach other people, I'm not as invested in it. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just out there like, hey, I know this is something. And I'm just like, you know. So I think it's important for you to understand what you have a heart for, so that when you go and you find your market, y'all have something coming, that you can make relatable, and then you can understand them and be a better service to them. So that's also what I agree about finding your market.
Great use of an example.
Then you learn how to talk to those people. Yeah, thank you. But then you also know how to reach them, and you know how to gain more clients because you're more into that area, as opposed to what do I need to do? Who do I need to talk to? It should come natural. That's
your passion. It's your passion.
Your passion, exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Because so many people out here now are doing things from the heart, and it's almost coming over into the people that they're working with, and you can tell, like, so you want to give people your best self, your best version of yourself at all times.
Yeah, no question.
That's what I try to do.
Oh yeah. That's the heart of being an entrepreneur and being your own business brand. And then the next one, personal training. I guess that's my world right there. I guess back to Alana first. Back to you.
I do it too. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I love y'all.
Yeah.
It's gonna.
We need to meet up. Somebody needs to come on. I need.
Certainly. And then right into the next one. Hey, here's something else we have all three of us in common. Parenting. We're all parents. We have children. So back to you, Alana. You're a parent. So is Jessi Lee and myself. How important is that, the being a role model and having the children kind of emulating what we're doing?
It's so important because, and I don't want to say it's just the image part of it, but if you're not instilling at home first what you're teaching out there to the students, and then your students see your child not as healthy, and they're like, well, how are you telling me how to become healthy? And we're looking at your child, and obviously your methodology is not working. So, I tell my child all the time, I said, I'm not doing this just because I'm a fitness professional. I'm doing this because I want you to have longevity. I want you to have life. Some of the food choices that you make, you have to think about it because the foods are not healthy for you. I know you want to eat certain things. I'm not saying you can't, but limit the amount of stuff that you're eating so you can be healthy. The great thing about me, I try to give my daughter choices and I tell her what's right and wrong, but she happened to see some movie. It's so funny. You could tell your kids what they need to do, but somebody on the outside tells them they get it. It's just funny to me. But she was at school one day, and the nurse, I don't know if it was a nurse or a fitness person, came to school and showed them a video about meat. When she saw and I've been telling her about meat for years, and when she saw the video of how meat was processed and all of that, she became vegan overnight. And so now she's making better choices. She eats organically. She's 14, and I'm glad because I want her to make those choices on her own because she won't be with me all the time. She has 3 more years. She'll be in college. So I want to instill that in her to be able to select the right foods and tell her to exercise at least 3 to 4 times a week so you could be healthy for yourself. Not for mommy because mommy does this. It's for your longevity so you could be healthy for yourself. So I try to instill that in her as much as possible.
Yeah, certainly. No question about it. And we'll try to get Jessi Lee back on the call here. It looks like something dropped there, but I guess she's outside. Probably, I'm guessing maybe the Wi-Fi connection. We'll get her back in. But Alana, I can't agree enough. That's what I try to instill as well. Kind of reiterating what you just said. The fact that you're not doing this to say just do it because I told you. You're doing it because it's absolutely the right thing for them to do. No question about it. And, it's the same thing. I think anybody who's a parent out there could probably, this resonates with them, that we do that because we know it's in their best interest. It's no different than you wouldn't want them to do drugs. You wouldn't want them to smoke. You want to make sure they get a good education, right? There we go. Jessi Lee's back with us. And Jessi Lee, I'm going to throw the... You're good.
Sorry, Starbucks is cheating me right now with the Wi-Fi, but I'm back.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. No, that's okay. I was going to get to you right now because... I want to hear your thoughts on being a mother and how important is it for instilling, fitness and health and eating properly and all that good stuff, to our children.
So definitely it's important because not only from, like she was saying, within the household, your child is also watching you and how you're living, and our children definitely mimic us. We're their best model of how you should live in general. And so it's good for us to teach them because when they go to school or they're away from us, they also know how to handle themselves in certain situations, including their health. So I just try to instill that stuff early. So when she tries a piece of a vegetable for the first time, she's not like, oh, what is that? Getting her palate getting now, because my daughter's 2, so her palate is very important to me for her to develop those tastes and things now. So I think it's very important, definitely important.
Yeah, especially when they're young, getting them while you can, the first impression, very important. Ladies, I wanted to make sure I had us done in time, so we've still got a couple minutes, but before we let you go, I just wanted to make sure I got your contact information and can promote that before we get off the call. So we made it through most of the list. The last 2 honorable mentions, and maybe we'll talk about this next time, functional fitness training and exercise is medicine by ACSM. Those are the 2 that we'll get to. Maybe next time we do a 3-way conference. This was so much fun, and like Jessi Lee said, I definitely think we need to all meet up sometime in person, and we'll do a workout together. That'd be fun. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And you know what? Before I get your contact information, I don't know if my interns reached out to you, but we have a health fair coming up, Max in Roswell, Georgia. Did either of y'all get contacted by my interns through that?
I did.
Okay.
I would be there. Yeah, I did.
Okay, great. Okay. Well, Elena, we'll look forward to seeing you there. Jessi Lee, next time we'll catch you on that because, again, I want to definitely talk about that as well. But before we go, Elena, I'm going to start with you first, please. Go ahead and plug the best ways for people to learn about Get Pulsed and get in contact with you, please.
Yes, Get Pulse, of course, the website is getpulse.com, a nationally accredited dance fitness program. It's been around for 4 years. I have instructors that teach it across the U.S., and my goal is to have it overseas, which I'm going this year. I'm a presenter for CanFit Pro. I'll be presenting there. As well as the Move convention that's coming up in New Orleans. I'm presenting there as well. So you can learn more about Get Pulse at those different fitness conventions that are coming up. I'll be one of the presenters there presenting. So everything there are lanasanders.com. It's all there.
Perfect. And we'll put that on the screen here momentarily. And same thing, Jessi Lee. Let's go ahead and plug your information too, please.
Okay, so you want social media or?
Yeah, everything. It's okay.
So Instagram is at Jessi Lee, JESSILEE _LLC, and that's where you'll see mostly my dancing. I'm a professional dancer, so you'll see most of my posts. And I just have a new video too, Taryn, that I just posted Tuesday. So, you know, every time I talk to you, I have a choreography video. And then also my dance agency website that I created where I support rising artists in their artist development and dancers who are looking to get into the industry, but they don't know how or they're trying to. I represent them as their agent, and I try to get you booked on, you know, whatever gigs I can help. That is dynastydance.us, dynastydance.us. You can go visit my website and just send me your information, and I'll work with you and see if you can get you booked on any gig.
Wonderful. We'll have that on the screen as well, Jessi Lee. Thank you so much, ladies, for your time today, and I hope you both have a happy spring and a wonderful rest of your weekend, too.
Yay!
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.